got yoga problems. Oh, I got them. I got them today. The problem of the day was, holy moly, my yogi friends across the land, I almost forgot to record the episode. I'm in such a hurry to get out of here. I got to hit the road. I got things to do, place to go, people to see, poses to strike. I was in such a hurry. I almost forgot to set up the camera to record the episode. That would be a real tragedy. What would you do without your periodic dose of hot yoga problems? I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, I'm going to be out of town for just a brief time period, but that still, man, it throws me off. It throws me off. The problem of the day is how to maintain. In the absence of hot yoga studios, where I'm going into the hinterlands, aka North Central West by God, Virginia. There is not a yoga studio in my hometown. That's a market failure. I thought for many years maybe I could help remedy that situation. Could I sponsor a yogi instructor to open up a studio, pay for the rent, charge them a fee? I don't know how it would work. I'm not a very good business mind. You know, I don't know. I have a sense of it. I understand profit and loss, but I don't think I can operationalize within it. I think I'm just not very good with business. But maybe I should look into this, because the upside would be if I was able to rent space, employ yogis, understand the math and the market, which is not going to be extraordinary. I mean, there's not going to be a lot of yogis there unless you did some reduced cost classes as a loss leader to get your new people in, get them addicted. But the hot yoga, that's when you add heat to the yoga studio, I think that really ups the cost. A regular yoga class could be in any situation, could be anywhere. Really, it could be in your basement, it could be in your front yard, it could be in the back of a pickup truck. It doesn't matter. You can do yoga anywhere, technically. I've seen these videos where people bust them out in the middle of a aisle in an airplane. Now that seems not quite right to me. I'm a fan of yoga, but I think you gotta know that there's a place and the time for everything, and that's not the place or the time. But, you know, someone's got to get their practice on. I understand it. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. The concept is not foreign to me, that you have an urgency, a desire, a calling, a yearning from within to maintain. If you're on like a 16-hour, DC to Beijing or something, I mean, you've got to probably take an hour time in the middle of the aisle and bust out a little pigeon pose in the aisle. That's what I don't know. I get it. I guess I can see the reality there. The bottom line is, in West Virginia, where I'm from, we don't have a yoga studio within really, a half an hour drive maybe. There might be one in Weston, which is like a 15-20 minute drive. I got to look into that. There's certainly not one in Buchanan, West Virginia, where I'm from. Buckhannon, Buchanan. Buhangahalis. Chief Buhangahalis was the namesake of the town. So, what's a yogi to do? Well, if I opened up a studio there and I employed some yogis, they'd have to make a salary, or at least a wage of some kind, if not a salary. The difference being a wage can be hourly, a salary is more fixed, right? Is that how that works? I don't know how that works. This is how little I know about business. But what if I did it like as a non-profit and made it more like a public service to try to, help people with the flexibility? breathing exercises. You know, I don't know. There's probably some model here I could look into. The heat, adding the heat though. What type of? You know, there's like these different. I've been to different types of studios. Some of them blast hot air in. Some of them have like these heating, like infrared. Those toast you up, boy, like a little marshmallow. Others just turn on the heat. You just turn the heat up. Like if you're in a building, hey, turn the heat up. But the heat costs money, son. Inflation, man. You can't just heat anything up. I wonder if there's a place that's like naturally hot. Or where could I draft, if you will, like in NASCAR when you're trying to like coast off the fumes of someone else, you know? Is there some environment where it's naturally warm because of the externalities of some combustion that's occurring already? You could set up your yoga studio next to that. Where in town is there a giant furnace? Could I construct a small space? Set up a 501c3 tax write-off. Man, I'm exploring every angle here, my friends. The bottom line, what I'm saying is, I just did back-to-back yoga. I feel better today than I did yesterday. That's unusual. Typically, a back-to-back is going to wipe you out. You're not going to be in a good spot. I did okay today. I feel pretty good about the situation. But I know I'm not going to be doing yoga for the next like 4 days, and that's upsetting. But when I come back, I'm going to do it. Super Bowl Sunday, I return, and I'm going to come back early enough that I can do a yoga. And then I'm going to try to crush that week when I'm back here, because I'm going to be gone for many days the following week. So it's like I'm trying to strategize to get those 20 days. This is day 3 of 20. I got a long way to go. But I'm proud of myself for pushing through. My plan is to come back on Sunday, hit some yin up. That's just like a deceptively painful but not super sweaty class. And then maybe I'll try to knock out almost every day of that week, like a 5 or 6 out of 7 day streak. Then I'm going to go up to Pittsburgh, going to go to West Virginia, got to deal with some familial issues that tend to arise from time to time. And that's when the yoga, I got to anticipate, man. I got to anticipate. All right, well, I'll keep you posted on this idea. How do I create a nonprofit studio back in my hometown, staffed up by extraordinary yogis that won't cost an arm and a leg, that enables a lot of town folk who've never had exposure to this practice to get in, to give it a shot, to get the addiction, to get the passion. I don't know if it's feasible, but a boy can dream. Until next time. Namaste, mofos.